feet.
383!
All right, thank you. I need a little wake up this morning. I appreciate that. Here we go. All right. Hey, I came out this morning to join you all for a little 5K run. I understand y'all were taking a knee. All right, I'm just gonna turn this off. I appreciate that. I appreciate Senior Howard, who recognized, hey, we got a lot going on. We're expecting a lot. That's good. It's good to expect a lot from y'all. But recognizing tempo is kind of one thing after another, and it's good to take a knee from time to time. And I appreciate that. I hope you all had a chance to rest, recover a little bit, and approach today with a new sense of strength and resiliency today. So that's what we're expecting today. I'm going to start today by doing something we do at the end. I might get the call wrong because I didn't even check to make sure I got it right. But usually this gets hollered right at the end, and I want us to do this again. Just right here off the get-go. So let's see if I get it right. You guys follow in if I nail it right here. Who are we?
We are the future!
Who are we?
We are the future!
To fly, fight, and win.
Air power, anytime, anywhere!
I love it. And it worked. So that's about my favorite part oftentimes at muster is hearing you all do that. It worked again just now. I got the little goosebumps standing up on the arms. And you know why I get those little goosebumps? Because you guys are the future. Not only that, but when you guys yell it, there's a few of you, and I can see it and I can feel it. You make me believe it. I believe that you guys believe that you control the future here for the Air Force. And that gives me chills because my children and my grandchildren depend on you all. And when I get that sense of we own this future and we're going to take care of it, I get excited and I get the chills and I get the little goosebumps. So thanks for doing that for me. Some of you, I think it's just a little like, yeah, we're the future. And that's okay. Everybody can have a hard day and things like that. You guys all have the potential to be great. You all have the potential to own it. Some of you, I can already sense you already have that sense of pride and desire, and you're going to own the future, and you're going to change things. And I appreciate that. And I'm excited to know that you all are going to steer and drive this Air Force in the future. I think that's great. There's a lot of wise people that have gone before, and they have said this. If we don't study the past, we are doomed to repeat it in the future, right? So there's it's important that we look back and we reflect on the past as well, so we don't repeat it. But additionally, I want you all to know as you're taking a knee today, in fact, if you guys are feeling tired at all while I'm speaking, it is not going to offend me if you need to take an actual physical knee right now. Sometimes these mornings, when you're getting up early and running a 5K, and then you're standing here at attention or standing at parade rest or whatever it might be long. It is okay with me if you need to take a physical knee. Take care of yourself. You need to take care of yourself so we can take care of other people and advance to the future. But I want to talk a little bit about the past. You guys stand on great shoulders. You are not alone. So even though you got the future in your hands, you got a great cheering section behind you and a lot of support. And we build on the shoulders of people that have gone before us. So you, in order to reach new heights, you're going to stand on people that have gone before you. In fact, one of the people I just wanted to highlight this morning, has anybody heard of Benjamin Folloy before? Anybody hear that name? You actually see his name around base. They named a house after him over here, and when we came in, PCSing in, we stayed at the Folloy house. And I got to learn who Benjamin Folloy was. Air Force actually was birthed out of the Army. And so before the Air Force was formed, by the way, just a little quick trivia question, because we just had an Air Force ball. Anybody know how old the Air Force is? Years? What do we got?
75!
75 years old, that's right. So we just celebrated our 75th anniversary, so that would have been 1947. That is after World War II. But we had a lot of planes and a lot of things going on in World War II, and that was part of the Army Air Corps and then the Army Air Forces. So we were birthed out of that. But the first military flight ever, guess where it happened? right over there on the field. If you walk up this hill and you keep heading that direction, there's a field over there. And that was where the first flight occurred. Right here. You guys are standing on the ground where the first flight was born. So the Air Force, essentially, and what came to be known as the Air Force, was actually birthed out of right here. You guys are standing on some shoulders that you don't even know about. There's some great heroes and people that have gone before you. So I was born on June 6th. Does that date ring a bell to anybody? That's D-Day. So D-Day has been special to me and to my heart my whole life because just happened to be born on D-Day. I've always wanted to go to Normandy, and we were just stationed in Germany, and that dream became a reality earlier this spring. So we were able to visit Normandy and see all the sights and have a tour. If you ever get the opportunity, I highly recommend it. Normandy was one of the first battles where we were truly joint. We had Navy support, ground forces, air forces, all combined together and executed incredibly well to turn the entire tide of World War II. So very, very critical moment, very critical time in our history. Really excited to see it. The first place that we stopped was a little church in this tiny French village. And they took us in there and we saw some stained glass windows. We saw some pews that had stains of blood outlined in them. There was a big dent in the stone floor in there, and we got to hear the story of two men. They were medics. So you guys are all medics, right? So we're part of a special breed, and I think there's something truly special about the heart of a medic. So I just wanted to speak to that really quick from these two individuals. Their names were Robert Wright and Kenneth Moore. These were two medics in the 101st Airborne. So they were dropped in 10 miles beyond the beaches as medics, and medics from international law were not allowed to carry any weapons. So everybody else had weapons with them. They're not sure what they're going to meet when they hit the ground, but they were unarmed, except for Moore was actually given a grenade. Said, hey, if you run into trouble, you got this grenade. So he lands in the middle of a foreign country that he's never set foot in. He's on the ground, and he hears some rustling right next to him, and he thinks this is trouble. So he pulls his grenade, pulls the pin, he grabs the clip out of it, and he's holding down on the grenade, and he's ready to throw it, and it turns out to be a cow right next to him, just kind of rustling in the bushes there. So now he's got this grenade, and he doesn't want to draw attention to himself, so he wanders around the rest of the day holding tight on this grenade. Can you even imagine that? So as he's wandering around, he finally finds a well, and he was able to throw it down into the well and let it go off down there so it would be a little quieter and he wouldn't draw attention to himself. Well, they come upon this church. Both Moore and Wright both come onto this church, and they immediately, these are young medics, their training kicked in, and they decided to turn that site into a field hospital. And they went to work, and over the next couple of days, they started drawing in wounded soldiers. They even helped a wounded little child. I think it was a French child there in that village. And they didn't care who it was. If it was an injured individual, they were taking care of them. There's something about the heart of a medic that transcends the battlefield. We care about the human weapon system, and we care about humanity in general. I'm very proud to be an American. I'm very proud of our leadership, who when we go to war, we don't go to war just to assert ourselves and assert dominance. We go to war for the greater good across humanity. And medics have a very special play in that, because sometimes we get to care for somebody who may be potentially on the enemy side. I think that's real important. And we want to instill that heart into all of you as well. It is pretty awesome to be a medic. If you haven't seen some of the movies out there, Hacksaw Ridge and things like that, great movies to look at and see what the heart of a medic are like. So we've got these great people that we stand on their shoulders in the past, but you don't even have to look that far past. You can look right over here. We've got some airmen, some fantastic airmen that have gone before, and they want you to stand on their shoulders. Our instructors over in the MIFs, our MTLs right over here, their desire is just to pour into you. They are here at your disposal. Go to them. As you're taking a knee and you're reflecting on, I got a lot going on, you've got MTLs and instructors, you've got a chaplain, an MFLAC, and you've got sources all around here who want you to stand on their shoulders so that you can drive the future of the Air Force forward. We want you to excel going out of here, and you've got a support structure right around you. So look to them. One of my heroes, standing right over here, is Master Sergeant Wiest. I've had the privilege to work with him just over the last couple of months. He's been a first sergeant. He's kind of rotated around different squadrons, and over the last just couple of weeks, he gets to fill in as my first sergeant, which has been pretty phenomenal just to see him in action. I'm highlighting him here a little bit because this is his last muster, and he's going to get the stage here in just a second. But he does things behind the scenes all the time. Just last night, he was staying late taking care of an airman who needed something. He's one of our unsung heroes around here, and we've got unsung heroes kind of all across the board. But Sergeant Wiest is something special. He's taught me a whole bunch of things, even just this last week, getting to rub shoulders with him and pointing me in the right direction, because I need wingmen and I need help on my side too, and he steers me the right way. So you've got these sources all around you to take care of you, to launch you into the future. That's right. So we got the past that we study so that we can propel the future, but what's today? Today is a gift, right? That's why they call it the present. Tomorrow is never promised. So today, decide how you're going to use today. Today is your gift. Use it. Study. Pour into somebody else's life. Make yourself better. Get yourself ready for when you're that medic and your time comes and you're going to be called on, you're ready to go. What? All right, I'm going to pass the stage over to my brand new senior enlisted leader. She's not new to the TRG, but she's new to the 381st. She come to us from Medical Lab. This is Senior Master Sergeant Bass. Floor over to you.